Hi everyone, this is Saul Maraney from Johannesburg, South Africa, and thank you so much for tuning in today and for opening up my emails and being a subscriber of mine and being on this I Am journey with me. I really do appreciate it. And today's a very special day for me because I got the WSO of the day for the second time in a row, and my new retargeting WSO is really adding value to so many people all over the world, and I'm so excited that it's all going so well. And today I've got one of the most amazing guys in the internet marketing scene, and that is Reed Florine. And Reed has got 7 WSOs in a row, and just the nicest guy in the internet marketing scene. And Reed, thank you so much for coming on the show. I really appreciate it.
Well, thanks for having me, Saul, and congrats on number 2 for you. That's awesome. Good job.
Thank you. Thank you. I really appreciate that. You know, I've only been doing it since July, and yes, it's just like the relationships and the value that I'm adding to people, and getting close to guys like you from all over the world. It's like a dream come true. I'm on cloud 9 today. So thank you. It's a wonderful feeling, and I know that you're used to that feeling. But when those sales come in, and luckily I contacted PayPal to tell them that sales were coming in, and I upgraded my bandwidth for my hosting, so everything went smoothly. And Reed, thank you so much for coming onto the show. And you got your product that's coming out tomorrow, and there's a huge demand for this product. It's called How to Build Your Email List with Solo Ads. And I've been through your course, really exciting, and I think it's almost like a little bit like my course in a way with retargeting, because people are scared to sometimes to advertise, to do a bit of paid advertising, because they're scared maybe at the end of the day they're going to be at the end of the month, like they have like an unexpected bill of $1,000, but that they don't know where it went. But Facebook doesn't really work like that, because you can choose your daily budget. And I know that solo ads have got a bit of a bad reputation, and some people are a bit scared of solo ads because they just from like I think that there have been some like it somehow has gained a bit of a bad reputation. But your course really demystifies it and shows how to do it in a safe way, and shows that solo ads can really accelerate your list so quickly, and you've been so successful. So, if you could talk about solo ads and what's the right way to go about them, the way that you teach it, and to do it like almost slowly and steadily.
Sure. Well, let's back up a little bit, make sure everyone knows what a solo ad is. A solo ad, you're basically paying someone who has an email list to send out an email about your product or service. So let's say you have maybe an ebook that you're giving away, or a video that you're giving away, and so you're trying to get people on your email list. Well, you can pay someone to send out an email, basically a solo, to their email list, and that's how you get traffic to your website. That's how you get subscribers that way. So they'll send out an email, you'll give them money to do so. So for instance, you might spend, say, $30 and get 100 people to go to your website. Of those, maybe 30, 40, 50% of them might end up signing up for your email list. So that's a pretty nice way to build an email list. It's a great way to get stuff going. Now, like you said, there's definitely, unfortunately, there have been some vendors who have, kind of made, I guess, the reputation of solo ads go downhill, I guess, in the last couple years. But with that, I guess you have to figure that you need to do a little bit more research than you did maybe 5 years ago when I first started doing solo ads. I've been doing them for quite a while, and when I started, it was a relatively new thing, so there were a lot of fairly trustworthy people that were trying to do it, and then people saw how much easy money it was to sell solo ads versus creating information products, and so people that had lists that maybe weren't as responsive decided, well, I'll just sell solo ads and make money that way because I'm having a hard time making sales to my list. And so you have to keep that in mind. So what I recommend people do is they do some research. Look for people that actually have some testimonials, they have some reviews. Look for people who are willing to work with you and answer your questions. So you might ask them things like, so how was your list built, and what kind of things tend to do well with your list, and what niche is your list in. Those types of things are definitely things you're going to want to ask. You might also want to try asking if you can have them just mail their buyers, mail their customers. You're going to pay a little bit more for that, but those leads are going to be much higher quality than just a freebie seeker, so that's definitely something worth doing. So you might be paying over $1 per click, for instance, doing that, but you're only getting people that have actually bought a product. You need to test and track everything and make improvements to your pages. So let's say that you buy a solo ad and maybe you bought 50 clicks. So let's say that ad did really well and you knew which vendor sold you those clicks and the traffic converted well for you. You might buy maybe another 50 clicks, or you might buy 100 clicks from that person. I wouldn't just go in there and go, oh, I'm going to buy 1,000 clicks from someone and you've never done any business with them. You slowly ramp up as you see that you're having more and more success with other segments of their list. And if you're seeing that you're getting people to sign up, you're making sales from your list, the emails seem legitimate, it seems like real people that are signing up for your list, continue to buy more from that vendor. You're going to come up with a handful of vendors that are really, really good for your offer and they convert really well for you and you make a lot of sales for them. Those are the people that you hang on to and you buy from over and over and over again. You don't need to buy from hundreds of different vendors. Pick a few and just keep ramping up and keep reinvesting your profits into them. And yeah, you can try out other people as time goes on, but you don't need to buy from every single person out there in order to get started. It's better to try with a handful of people, see which one did the best, buy more traffic from them, and then spend some more money on trying out a few other vendors, and you'll come up with a good list of people that work well for you.
Right, yeah, that's great. So look, I love what you're saying and that's when I went through your course, is that you have to do the homework, you have to do the research, and I've actually now haven't done solo ads before, but I'm like, your courses really encouraged me because I can see the potential, and I have always wanted to go into it. And as you say, if you do your homework and you do the due diligence and you speak to the person, you say what is your list like, and you can create a landing page, for example, that's going to convert with them. It's all about like reinvesting your earnings also back into your business. So you're building a real business, and it's definitely worth it. And I can see how well you've done with it. And yeah, as you said, like I'd rather pay a bit more for a buyer than just a freebie seeker. And it's also all about testing. So it's even like the retargeting on the Facebook ads as you do. It's like you don't just have an ad that you run overnight. You can test it, and the more testing and the tracking that you do, the more profitable it is going to be, and it's definitely worth it. Because like if a guy's in a factory, he's watching his processes all the time, and it's the same thing. We treat our business like a real business. We're going to see better results over time. So this module, you've really broken it down again, just unbelievably. And it's so I was on your I listened to your replay of your seminar from last night, and I put it onto my iPod and I listened in my car today. And the way that you explain it just makes it very, very enjoyable, and you break it down like how to put your product and your website online, and that's what you've done with solo ads as well. So what you're saying is that even though it has got a bit of a bad reputation, that not everyone's like that, and if you do your research, it is a great way to accelerate your list. And I mean, just for people that are listening, and even for myself. So you'd find a vendor, and then you can speak to that vendor. Do they usually do the vendors out there have ever like a minimum amount, like $100 worth of clicks? I mean, how do they usually generally work in that way? So if someone wanted to just start small.
Yeah, I mean, it depends. I mean, I've bought solo ads that were under $5 before, so I got maybe 20 clicks or so from people when I've bought solos that are that small. I've also bought solo ads where I've had over 20,000 clicks, so I spent over 12 grand to get them to send out an email. So I mean, there's a lot of range in there. You can buy a lot of different clicks if you're seeing that traffic is doing well for you. I guess in general, you're going to see the smaller click packages are going to be 25, 50, 100, 250 clicks are going to be the smaller packages. And then you're going to see a price range of typically between 30 to 60 cents per click, depending on who the vendor is. So it kind of gives you an idea.
And
so let's say if you...
Sorry, excuse me. You were saying?
So for example, let's say you bought like 100 clicks, and let's say you're paying 30 cents a click, that'd be $30. If you're paying 60 cents a click, that'd be $60, just to give people a rough idea what they might be spending.
And do they usually, like the reputable vendors, do they usually have a bit of a time delay from the time that you pay to the time that they send out? Are they usually like quite full, or quite easy to get those sort of clicks and get your order fulfilled?
I've had orders where there's people that are really popular, and I've been able to get some traffic right away. Usually, you can usually see a calendar of what days are available, and you can pick which day works for you. And there's also vendors out there that have such big lists where they could send out to a segment, and so they might normally sell click packages of 1,000 or 2,000 clicks, but maybe they haven't sold all their inventory, so they might be able to sell you 100 or 500 clicks or something like that along the way, and so that allows you to fulfill some traffic a lot faster than you would with some other methods.
Yeah, it's exciting. It's definitely exciting, and it needs to be monitored and watched. It's not something that you just pay for and don't look at again, like your hosting, for example. It's something that's living and breathing. And if you learn the system, and the more you put in, the more you're going to get out. And your course really has given a great overview, and I'm so excited about it for myself because I'm doing really well, and I'm always looking for ways to improve. And I see this as a nice new skill to learn, and I'm excited to do all the tracking stuff. And let me ask you a quick question. Your landing pages, would you generally just ask for an email? Do you ever ask for a first name there, or not? Not usually.
I almost always just ask for an email. The other thing that I tend to do is, I know you just had this course on Ninja Facebook retargeting tactics, and I use a lot of retargeting on the squeeze pages that I put up and buy with solo ads. So they actually do work hand in hand. The nice thing is when someone's sending out a solo ad for your product, sometimes they'll send out the actual email text that you give them, and that allows you to really kind of pre-sell someone on like a specific niche. So let's say you're building a list on, how to do blogging, for example. You could do a retargeting pixel on there, and now you're going to be able to do retargeting for different blogging offers, because these are people who actually open emails about blogging, and they want more information about blogging. So you could promote affiliate offers, you could promote your own offers, you could promote other things on your website, like actual blog posts that you have if you wanted, and that is a great way to get more traffic from the solos that you've just purchased.
Right, you can, so you're getting double for the buck that you're spending, because you're retargeting those people and using the right vendors, and you're also adding value. So just a last few questions, because I know that you're busy. So when you set up your squeeze page, generally you ask for just the email, and someone would go to download it. Do you usually have a sequence of emails that they would come into a sequence of autoresponders when they come onto that list?
It depends. I mean, there's some things where I just send them like, hey, thanks for signing up, here's your download link, type of thing. I have other ones where that actually builds a relationship with them and asks them questions and tries to get them to reply to the emails and tries to build a relationship with them. So the nice thing about, when you're trying to get more of your emails delivered, there's a few things that go into it. Depending on how many people actually click on your links can help improve your deliverability. Depending on how many people reply to your emails, and if you reply back to them, that's going to improve your email deliverability. So believe it or not, when you actually have someone send you some hate mail, it actually helps your score with the email deliverability on different autoresponders or different email services. So it's kind of interesting. You might get kind of angry if you get someone who starts yelling at you, but it actually helps you out in the end. It depends on your spam complaints and your unsubscribe rate. Those all affect how things are going with your email deliverability. So if you have some follow-up emails in place that really encourage people to click on things or really encourage them to send you an email, so you might have like an email that's like, what's the #1 question you have on whatever the topic is that they just signed up for? What's your #1 blogging question that you have? And you're going to get people to ask you questions. Or, one that I did the other day was like, what would you like to see me do to help you succeed? Type of thing. And so I got a whole bunch of responses, and so I was replying to those. And so those are a great way to build a relationship. It's also a great way to sell people on other things, because they're reaching out to you saying, hey, I need help, I want some help. And so you can upsell them services like coaching, or you can upsell them other products of yours that you have, or even affiliate products that way. And it's a great way to make additional money and to improve the results of your email list.
Wow, that's amazing. So, as I say, guys, I've been through the course. You're going to see on the sales page, I did a video testimonial for Reed. It's just, it comes again with the PDF, and then there's the video and the recording, and Reed offering the consultation, and it's just unbelievable, Reed. That are there any more modules from your high-end product? I mean, there's 7 now. This will be number 8. Are there? Have you from your high-end product? Are there still a few more modules to come that you're going to be releasing?
We still have a couple more. We'll be doing a Facebook ads one and a joint ventures one, and we have some other content in the works too for you guys. That'll be really fun.
Well, so Reed, thank you. I really appreciate you talking to me, and you're just a wonderful person, and you deserve all the success that you've had. I mean, we've talked a number of times, but I've just seen you deal with problems that you sit down and you work and you help people, and yeah, just an opportunity to speak to you. You're one of the guys that I really look up to, and I always get excited even to see your name in my inbox. And I see now, like, you've started your Facebook group for the clients of Reed Florine, and you've got our joint venture group, and it's just your etiquette and everything that you do is just with a wonderful touch. So thank you so much for talking to me, guys. Saul Maraney from Johannesburg, South Africa. You've got to pick this up. I mean, it's just no way, no doubt about it. Reed, it's coming onto the board tomorrow. That's the 28th. It's the 28th tomorrow. That's right? Is it the 28th?
Yes, 28th, yep.
28th. Okay, so what time are you going live tomorrow?
11 a.m. Eastern Time.
11 a.m. Eastern Time, wonderful. 11 a.m. Eastern Time. That's 6 p.m. in South Africa, and that's 11 a.m. and I'll be ready for that. And what is the price that it's opening up at?
We're going to start at $4 and go up by a penny each sale. So people want to get in right away for the best deal.
Okay, wonderful. So, guys, $4. I mean, even with the South African rand, which is 11 rands to $1, it's still cheap. And guys, $4, it's really worth the investment. I mean, you got you got a few hours with Reed, and then he does the follow-up seminar, and just to look at all the other products that he's got. It's just actually mind-blowing what you're offering there for $4, Reed. So congratulations, and I just wish you all the best of luck for the rest of the year and going forward, and thank you for all the support that you've given me and for coming onto my show. And yes, I really, really appreciate it.
Well, thank you, Saul. Thanks for having me. It's been a lot of fun.
Thank you so much, Reed. Bye.
Bye.